There's absolutely no advice in this video. It's just me talking about kind of my condition right now and how things have been. Basically, I'm a person who is very obsessed with online entrepreneurship and like pretty much like building this thing out. It's been a thing that's been on my mind ever since like I think like late middle school. I've been obsessed with the idea of like building an online business, having a lot of that success, and because of that, not having to work a 9 to 5 and being able to have the freedom. I don't really care about the materialistic stuff like cars and houses. I just want to be free and not just have the money, but also be able to like invest in cool projects, work on my own projects on a higher level, and contribute at a higher level than I otherwise would be able to. And because I think this way, I think it's become a little bit harder to focus on, especially like social interactions. I mean, working out and like doing cardio and like lifting weights and doing stuff for health reasons, I can justify spending my time on that because I know, okay, if I do these things, it'll, help me be more mentally clear. I'll be extending my lifespan. So like I'll be able to live longer and work longer and, just do cool things over time. But particularly for socializing, especially in my immediate environment, it's pretty difficult because one of the things that at least I perceive is that a lot of other people just aren't on the same wavelength. I mean, I'm sure that there are people out there, but it's very difficult to find them. I mean, you can of course find online communities where it's like people in an interest group. Like if you're obsessed with business, you can find a lot of other people who, are obsessed with business, but online connection just isn't the same as like in-person interactions. And I'm sure a lot of you are aware of that. But yeah, hanging out with people in real life, I usually feel guilty, even hanging out with some of my closest friends. I feel guilty because in that time, I'm not working. I'm not doing the things. I'm not progressing towards any of the meaningful goals that I have for myself. Yes, it feels good in the moment to hang out with the boys and whatever, but it's like in the back of my mind, I'm just like, dude, I'm wasting my time that I'm never going to get back. Like, yeah, I don't know. I know that on a level I probably shouldn't feel guilty about this because, people at the end of their life, a lot of the time, they're not thinking, or at least from what they say, they're not thinking, oh, I could have like worked longer or whatever. They're usually thinking about like the people they love and like, oh, I wish I would have spent more time with them and whatnot. And probably for family, I think that's definitely valuable, spending time with them. But friends, acquaintances, not really. I don't really see that. I mean, at least for me, it's not that I don't value my friends, but I understand that they are expendable to a large degree. I know that that sounds harsh, but at least at the level that I'm at, there's just a lot of other people who could fill that role. But family, it's like more of a rare thing because like you only have, two parents, you only have, however many brothers or sisters you have, you only have like pretty much family. It's just like rare. So I guess the value is higher. I guess the real struggle is what I believe the perception of who I am and like my life is going to be. Like, if you're someone who like isolates themselves, you're locked in your room and, people will judge you for that. And, it seems like a pretty unhealthy thing, and it probably is a very unhealthy thing. But honestly, I just love working. I love working on a project that I think is meaningful and like building something like that. I don't really like spending time out because I just think it's a waste of time. I'm sure this might change like as I grow older and like maybe my goals become different. Maybe I'll stop focusing so much on like business and open myself to spending more time interacting with people, find someone settle down with, I don't know, something like that. But at least right now, man, I'm just obsessed with working and I love it. I if you're someone like this, I don't think you should necessarily change yourself. I mean, obviously you can burn out by like having this mindset, but I don't know. This isn't really a video for advice. It's just like me talking about kind of the what I'm thinking and like what I'm going through right now. Maybe some of you relate. Who cares? By the way, even though I know there's probably only like one or probably none like viewers or whatever who have like been consistently like keeping up with my content or whatever, I'm definitely going to put a lot less effort into YouTube and like making YouTube videos. Probably going to stop editing as much as I have. I mean, just like even the cuts or whatever, because I found that that was just like pissing me off having to go back through. I mean, I'll just keep it as simple and like raw as possible because I still want to keep my commitment of creating 365 videos for this year. But yeah, just a different format because yeah, that's just what I feel like doing.